Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I will be doing, as you guys can tell, a look on the brand new Huda Beauty Rose Gold Limited Edition palette. This will be ready in Sephora here in the United States November 1st on Tuesday. And this is going to be the look that I will be doing. So I'm using a lot of the rose gold. I'm trying to incorporate how the palette is named. So there's a lot of rose gold on the eyelids as well as on the lips. So if you want to know how to do this makeup, continue watching. Thanks. I usually use a concealer of some sort, and either it's the MAC Pro, it's the MAC Longwear Concealer. This is in shade NW25, which is a little bit too dark for me. So I mix it with the NARS Radiance cream in Custard, and this is too light. So I mix both of these together. Another good tip is, I believe that the NARS, this Radiance cream is $30 or so. But the good thing that they have at Sephora is you can buy these little minis for $12 just to test it out to see if you like it. So rather than investing and spending all your money on that, you can try a little baby one. So I'll go ahead and start by using a concealer. I'll just take this concealer. I just dot a couple, and I do this and I prime my eyes just because most eyes are not the same color, and I use a beauty blender. I'll use a damp beauty blender. Make sure that it's damp, but it's not too wet. If it is a little bit wet, you just grab a paper towel and squeeze it out. But I believe that the beauty blender will really give you that HD finish, and it's not going to cake it. It kind of picks it up. So what you do is you just grab the beauty blender and you bounce it. Actually, you'll use the pointy side for this. Just bounce it up and down, just like this. Oh, and the reason why I always do a base on my eyes is the color of my eyes is like 3 times darker than the rest of my face. So if I were to put on any kind of eyeshadow, let's say I was to put on gray, because my eyelids are like 3 times darker, which is like an orange shade, that true color of gray is really not going to come out. So if you make it like a blank canvas and make it just a, you know, a really simple color, like imagine painting and you had a white white canvas, then that color is really going to come out the way that it is. So that's that, and primed. Now you don't want that to move, so I will go ahead and take, this is the palette that I have. These are all, this is a MAC palette, and everything in here is MAC. I don't use all MAC. This just happens to be a MAC palette. So like I said, I just patted my eyes with the Custard NARS. But then now I need to set that. If you don't set it, your concealer is going to run and your eyeshadow will be everywhere by the end of the day. So this is my MAC palette. This is a Pro color, I believe, and it's emphasized. I hit pan on it a long time ago, so I'm probably going to get a new one. But just grab that on this is a Sigma tapered highlighter brush. It's an F35. And I'll just run that on both eyes, just to kind of set it. But this is great. I also use this for the under eyes, which I'll show later, and it'll just set your concealer. So now my eyes are pretty much primed and ready to go. Now I'm very excited about this palette. She says Huda Beauty. Other people say Huda Beauty. I don't really quite know, but nonetheless, I love her. I think she's great. This palette, however, does not come out in the United States, I believe, until November 1st. So Tuesday. So I'm really happy I have one. I happen to be in Dubai on October 14th when it launched at the Dubai Mall. And first thing in the morning, I grabbed it and I was very, very happy. So these are the colors. You get 18 colors. And by the way, I've not opened these. I've never even tried it. I wanted to wait until I filmed my video, but you get 18 different colors. And what's good about this is you have your matte shades down here, which are all beautiful. I mean, and then you have your light colors up here, but what she's known for, or why, not what she's known for, but why this palette is really, I guess everyone's really been talking about it, it's a limited edition, are these top ones right here, which are pigmented. So they're basically kind of like the MAC powders that come in those little jars, I believe, and she pressed them. So I feel that this palette is like, if I were to go out of town, I would just take this one palette because it has everything. It has your black for your eyeliner, or if you want to do a smoky eye, It has all of your neutral colors here, plus it gives you a little bit of the red for fall or for any occasion. And then if you wanted to do something at night, you could add any of the pigments. So I'm very, very excited to use this palette, and so we'll start. So I will start now with, this is, by the way, my favorite brush. It's the brush to use for your transitional color, and it's my absolute favorite. It's by Sigma, and it looks like this right here, and it is the E40, and it's a tapered blending, and I cannot live without this brush. I love it. So out of these colors we will be using for the transitional shade is this bottom one right here, which is Sandalwood. So you'll just take that. I brush out all the excess just because I don't want it falling on my face. And you'll want to put this right in the corners, kind of in the in your crease area, basically. So we'll just start this, and it'll look like that. Get a little bit more. There you go. Now, I'm really going for a smoky look. If you don't want to go for a smoky look, you don't have to take it in all the way to the inner corner, but because I want a smoky look, I'm going to take it all the way in. Adding more of that Sandalwood and just really blending that out. And I don't want it to be one like cut crease line. I usually go in circular motions like that. And this is a basic foundation for any eye look that I do. I always do a transitional color with a color like this. I usually use the Soft Brown by MAC. I like that one, but this one is great. I like this one a lot. It has a little bit more of a gray undertone than the Soft Brown. The Soft Brown is a little bit reddish, which is still fine. Depends on your taste. So there you go. As you guys can see, I've done that. Now I'm just gonna do the other eye. And blending is everything. I know that, you know, sometimes it's kind of a pain and just be sitting there, but it really does pay off at the end. The way that your makeup will look when you blend it properly is priceless. Or else you could just, you know, it'll just really look like a really harsh crease that, you know, you never want that to look like that. You want it to look like where there's no stop from different colors. It just kind of all blends perfectly. So there you go. I got that in. Now, there you go, done. Now, I will be going in with this really, right next to it, it's almost like a burnt brownish orange, which is the henna. I will get that, and I will take that on my, this is the MAC 217 brush. And it's not very dense, but it's dense enough to put in the crease so that you really can pack on the color. I'm just wiping this off. So I'll take some of this henna, and it's a really beautiful fall color. It has like really, you know, all the dark reds, the dark orange. It's really pretty. So now when you do this, the way that I had the brush on the Sandalwood, you just kind of fluff it out. On this one, you want to do it flat-ended like this, okay? So that it goes flat like this so that you can kind of draw a line. You don't want to do it this way. You want to do it flat. So then you're going to get it, and you're going to kind of just right in that crease. See? Just like that. You're going to want to go like this. And then I always make a little V that goes in right there. And then you bring, and I don't take it in all the way here. So this is a really beautiful color. Her palette, actually, they're very pigmented, so you don't really have to use a whole lot. But there you go. Now just take it on the other side. Put it in the crease, right underneath the crease, actually. You don't want to go above. You don't want to put this on top of all of that Sandalwood, because then it just defeats the purpose to have it really smoked out. Just go like this. There you go. Now I just take that Sigma E40, the one that I had the Sandalwood on, and not with any other product. I don't dip it back in, but I'll just get that and I'll blend it a little bit so it's not so harsh. I'll just go like this in little circular motions, just going back on it with whatever product I had on it last, just so it's a little bit softer. It doesn't seem so in your face. There you go. So that's what that's supposed to look like. Then now I will grab, and this is more of a denser brush because I'm going for a smoked out and I really kind of want it to be defined. I'm going to be using a MAC 144, and the bristle looks like this. It's really short, it's really dense, so this actually really packs in the color. So this I want to get to really just deepen and darken the outside. And for that, I will be using Cocoa right here. I don't know if you can see that. It's that bottom one right there, Cocoa. Just get a little bit because this is very pigmented. And now, instead of doing it this way, flat, you'll go in this way to really add some color, you see? Just like that. I'll even take it in a little bit and kind of make a little liner just to really smoke it out. But then there you go. Just like this. Again here. Oops, it's a little mistake, but we can fix that. So there you go. Don't worry about the inner, this little mess up there, because we're going to put one of her pressed pigments in there. So there you go. We got that in. Now you have your color in there. Now again, you're just going to want to blend. And now back with the MAC 217 brush, I'm just going to go ahead and blend those colors. So we'll get it and go like this. See? It's kind of like windshield wiper motions. You just kind of go back and forth, and then on top of that, I'll also go in circular motions so that it's really smoked out. There you go. I don't know if you can see that up close. And then here. There you go. Because I used all of these colors, I will be using this really beautiful color right here called Trust Fund. So it's going to be a little bit difficult with my nails, but let's work with me here, okay? So we just get the Trust Fund. Oh, wow. Okay, so don't press too hard because it's very soft. So we just get that, and we'll just, wow, look at this. Oh, this is pretty. So you just go like this. Very nice. Wow. I think this is the first of its palette to have all these different textures. She has a shimmer, she has this, and there you go. So you just have to be very careful and not press too hard, just kind of ever so gently. Go ahead and just put that in. This is almost like a penny color, a very coppery, bronzy color. It's very beautiful. Wow. Okay, just a little bit more right up here. I should have used my other finger for this, but we'll make do. There you go. Very nice. Very, very nice. So, now again, as you all know, I'm going to go back and blend the E40, that transitional color one. No extra color. Let's just go ahead and blend everything out, okay? Done. Eyes are pretty much set. I know it looks weird. Eyes always look weird when your whole face isn't done. So now I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D tattoo liner in black. I'm just going to do not a really big wing, but I'm just going to do a liner on it. I feel like this is already dramatic. Let's not get crazy. Let's not go overboard. So just a thin, not too thin, but not too thick. And little tiny wing, just like that. Done. On this one. I remember in high school, I would always look at this one girl who did her eyeliner perfectly in English class, and I wasn't allowed to wear makeup when I was younger, and I would just look at her and she did it perfectly. So one time I went to the drugstore and bought myself, it was the Maybelline that you would dip, and it was in a white, it was long ago. And it literally took me 6 months to get it down, but I feel like it's like riding a bike. Once you learn how to do eyeliner, you'll never go back to having it messy. It's just one of those things you'll have for the rest of your life. There you go. Eyeliner's done. And then now it's time to put on some falsies. I personally, there's a lot out there. I know the Lily lashes are great. House of Lash is great. I still love the velour, which is this one, and it's the mink. And first, there's no animal that's been hurt. You can go on their website on velour.com and you'll see everything. Any questions that you have, they'll pretty much answer it. But I love this. This color is in, or not color, I'm sorry. The style is called Lash in the City, which is my favorite. This and Girl You Crazy, those two are probably my favorites. But they look like this. And I just love these. I believe these are $35. However, they will go up to 35 uses. So if you think about buying the Ardells, or I love Ardell, but any of the drugstore kinds, you're spending about maybe $4 or $5, and after 3 uses, they're gone. I know it's a lot of money. It's $35 for eyelashes, but if you take care of them, I take care of them a lot. So I get probably about 50 to 60 uses, and I put them right back. And the way that I do it, so that I always remember when I'm looking at it, oops, mishap. So when I'm looking at it this way, the way that I put them back is exactly how I'm looking at them, so that I'll always remember what's the right and what's the left. So when you open up your box, this one to my right will go on my right eye, and this one to my left will go on my left eye. And I always keep it like that, so I never get them confused. Ta-da! Lashes are on. I went ahead and skipped this process just so that we kind of get it going. If you guys would like me to do a tutorial on lashes, let me know and we'll go ahead and do that next. So I did put my lashes on so that, it's fast. I'm just still waiting for it to dry. I love this one, this duo one, and I use the white one. You can use a black one. I personally like the white one. It dries clear. I've been using it for forever, so that's what I use. Lashes are done. Now, we're gonna get to face. Before I started my makeup, I had clean face. I just had moisturizer on. So now I'm gonna go on with foundation. This is the Bobbi Brown Moisture Rich Foundation, SPF 15. Now, I have extremely, extremely dry skin. So matte kind of flakes on me, and you can kind of see all of my dry patches. So I always use more of a dewy kind of concealer. My favorite is the Armani, the Luminous foundation. It's just a little too light for me right now because I've just been vacationing and my skin got a little bit darker, so I'm back to using my Bobbi Brown. This is in the color 5, which is Honey. So shake it up a little bit. I don't like to get my fingers dirty, so I use this. This is a MAC brush, but you can use any little synthetic brush. And I'll just kind of dip this way to get some color. And there you go. And then I just wipe it on my face, just like so. I love the way this smells. It smells like it's from a pharmacy. Like, I just imagine the person or the people that make this is from Switzerland, and it's some kind of pharmacy somewhere. Just my imagination. Anywho, now I have the foundation on. This is the not Sigma, Morphe M439, okay? It's a kabuki. And I know everyone talks about this on YouTube. Everyone loves it, and the hype is there. And the reason why the hype is there is because it's the shit. So this is really good. It's it's really dense, and it just evens everything out. So all the hype, worth it, and it's extremely cheap. I used to live in LA, so the Morphe is in Burbank, and I used to go there all the time. And brushes are great, and they're very affordable. So you just get this, and you go in. I just do it in circular motions like this. See how good that is? It just gets it everywhere, and it's very fast because of how wide it is. There you go. Love it. I put a little bit on my lips, just cause it's what I like to do. There you go. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. So I'll be right back, and by the time that you see me, ta-da, again, eyebrows will be done. All right, eyebrows are done. Again, just kind of helps speedy up the process a little bit. If you guys are interested in an eyebrow tutorial, mine's very easy, or the next tutorial I do, I can just go ahead and do that. Just wiping any of the excess off here. I do use the Anastasia, and I love it. I usually use the Brow Wiz. The girl at the mall tried selling me this, and it's all right. I feel like it's a little too soft, and if you have a very heavy hand, it goes on very, very thick. As to the Brow Wiz, I feel like it's foolproof. No matter how hard you do, it just gives you little strokes. But this is the Anastasia. It's in dark brown, and it's the brow pencil. So I'm just waiting for this kind of finish so that I can go into my Brow Wiz. So as you guys can see, eyebrows done, foundation is done. Now, we're gonna move on to concealer. This is the Pro Longwear Concealer, which I love. The formula on this, I think it's one of the best concealers out there. It really dries, and it does not move whatsoever. There's just not a color for me, so I tend to mix it a little bit. So I'll go ahead and put a little bit on my hand, just like so. You don't need a lot of this. Use that same one that I used the concealer, you can use any synthetic brush that you want. Just wipe it like this. And this will really take care of any dark circles. Do a little bit on the bridge of the nose, forehead. We're not really highlighting, but I want to just give a little bit of depth to my face because that Bobbi Brown foundation is a little bit dark. So I think the best way to do concealer is either with a beauty blender or your fingers. Best way. Beauty blender. We'll go ahead and just dab, dab, dab. Just like that. Okay, see? And it really it finishes really great. Probably one of, my favorite concealer. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just that the N20, I always have to buy two. I have to get the N20 and the N25 because like this, you see this color right here? It almost blends with my skin too well. So it kind of doesn't, I mean, I guess it works, but I would like it to be a little bit lighter, but I love the formula so much. So, because I like to go a little bit lighter, I top it off with the MAC. It seems like I'm using a lot of MAC, but I use a lot of other stuff. This is what I grabbed. So, this is the MAC Prep and Prime, and it is in the color Light Boost. So, this has more of a yellowish tone, so because that color is a little bit too close to my skin, I want to lighten it a little bit. There we go. Now we're going to highlight, okay? Highlight, highlight, highlight. Boom. And this will brighten up my face. There's that. Again, beauty blender. Pat that. Just kind of go back and forth, up and down, up and down. Don't swipe it, or that just will take everything off, and you just wasted your product. On the bridge of the nose. On the there you go, and here, really get in there. There you go. Okay, done. Now we're gonna set this with, this is Anastasia Contour Kit, and these are all of her powders, okay? I'm obsessed. I'll say that again. Obsessed with the banana color right here, and I know that they sell these individually, so if you want to, put them in your palette, I love it. I love this color. I think it complements all skin colors, whether you're fair, medium, tan, dark. I think it looks great. I'm more on the medium tan side, and I love it. So on that Sigma tapered F35 that I use on top of my lid, I'll use that again. So I grab that and I just pat it so that concealer and that Prep and Prime Light Boost won't go anywhere. It looks light, but we are gonna contour a little bit, not too much. There you go, on the bridge of the nose so that, you know, it doesn't go anywhere. Done. Now we're gonna contour. Again, Anastasia Contour Cream Kit, and this is in the color medium. So I will be using cinnamon. So I'll be using cinnamon, which is this middle one right here. Okay, you just grab that and grab it, and I'll just go. When you you contour, I always make that kind of face, and it's right like where the hollows of your cheeks would be. There you go. It's easy as that. Done. We could go a little bit darker. There you go. Contour there. You know, you basically want to put all the dark colors, the places where the sun would hit. So, you know, the sun hits your forehead, the sun hits, you know, your nose. And I will be contouring my nose as well, so here we go. We're going to go to the sides, just like this, and a little bit here. There you go. Okay. Now with that beauty blender, let's go ahead and blend, blend, blend. I tell you, this beauty blender, when I first bought this, it's like, I know it's like 20 bucks. It like killed me. And I said, $20 for a sponge? That is insane. So I bought it anyways, because I'm a sucker like that. And, but before I used it, I went to the drugstore and I bought some other one for like $4.99. I'm like, oh, this is a great deal. It's still a sponge. Started using that sponge, and it was hard to work with. I'm not gonna lie. It's not as soft and light as this. I mean, I didn't know that at the time because I never opened this one up. And so I'd use that, and it in pictures, it didn't look right. So then finally I went ahead and opened this one like a year later, suffered with that cheap one for forever. And the difference, like, I'll never go back. I do hear that Real Techniques is really good, so I will have to give that a try. Maybe I'll buy that and then try that on the next tutorial. But so far, this beauty blender, well worth the $20, that's for sure. Okay, so you can see the difference in the color of my face. Maybe we just add a little tiny more here. Just blend that out. Okay. And then, on the pointy part, this is where we're going to contour the nose a little bit. Now, because this is cream, we do want to set it, okay? Because we don't want, you know, any creams, they move, as you guys all know. Or maybe not. So see, you learn something every day. So that's that. Now, I'm going to use this, which is a MAC, again, MAC 133. It's a contour blush, and it looks like this. And I'll go back with Anastasia on that same, you know, the one that I used earlier, that banana. And I'll go with the middle one. I believe that's Fawn. And I'll just use that to kind of go over any of the dark cream contours that I went over, just to kind of make it stay. And these are very pigmented, so you don't want to go heavy-handed or you're going to look like a clown. Not unless that's what you want to look like. Hey, clowns are nice. So you just go like this, and then you try not, in the beginning, just to kind of apply the color, put it there, but you see the difference that makes. Then you're going to go up and down, because you want it to blend. You don't want like a big streak like that. So you just go up and down, you see? Like that. And now you can see the difference in my face. How it was before, and now, I mean, contouring is basically the diet of faces. It just nips and tucks everything like the Spanx for your face. It's genius. So there you go. Then you do it basically everywhere else. Do a little bit on the jawline. No one wants to rock this little fatty area here. At least I have it. So there you go. So I just grabbed more of that same color that I did on the cheeks, and I did it on any eyeshadow brush like that. And I just went ahead and followed back the areas where I did this. Now, that looks weird, but it'll all work out. And then take a paper towel. Just go ahead and wipe that extra because you don't want too much like that. And then, again, just blend, blend, blend. Blend that away, blend that away. You see? Now, instant nose job. Without the money, without the knife. And there you go. I like to do it right here on the sides as well because I feel like this is a little bit wide. So I just go ahead and I do that. There you go. Contouring is done. We do have to set the, wherever we contoured. If you do feel by chance that it's a little bit, your contour kind of got everywhere, you can just go ahead with that banana color from Anastasia, you know, and then just clean it up. That's it. I'm not gonna bake today, just because I feel like I'm not really going for a really intense look on the face since my eyes are really, that's really what I'm trying to go for. So real quick, I did do my eyelashes. You just wanna kind of go over it again because of, you know, just to kind of make it seem seamless. And there you go, done. So contouring is set. I'm just gonna go ahead and smoke out my under eye. Go back, I'm gonna mix sandalwood and henna together. Very light on the henna. So just go with the sandalwood, dab on the henna, and really right underneath this eye, smoke that. Right underneath the waterline. And do it all the way in. You see, it kind of gives it that shadow effect. This is what's really gonna tie everything together. So, there you go. That. Sandalwood, one dab of the henna. The henna is really, it's that pumpkin color. So if you do too much of that, it's gonna be, I feel like it's a little overpowering, especially because I wanna do a black liner underneath. So there you go. Smoked out. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a pencil brush. Any pencil brush will do. This is Smashbox. So anything like this color, or anything like this kind of a brush that's good for underneath here, you just smoke it out, okay? Now this is a great, you can get this by Sigma. This happens to be by MAC. Sigma is cheaper, so check it out. I'll link it in my description box below. I'll put this MAC one, but I'll also do the Sigma one that's exactly like this because I have both of them. This is the MAC 212. What this is for is either you can use it for your eyebrows. When you want to shape your eyebrows, I use the pencil. You can use this. Or if you really want to get a packed in eyeliner. So this is probably out of all the, I mean, I use Carbon by MAC. I use Makeup Geeks Black. I can't think of it on the top of my head. But this black truffle, let's see, is pretty intense. So let's give that a shot. I know that when she was making these, she said that she really wanted this black truffle to be super, super black. So you don't have to take any eyeliner with you. This is that one black color that is used as an eyeshadow or an eyeliner. So we just, this is the first time I'm trying this black truffle. Looks like that. And you're gonna pack it very close, okay? Right underneath your lash, wow. You're gonna pack it like that, exactly like that. This is so nice. It is very black, I'll tell you that. Okay? There you go. Other side, pack that in. That's all you need to use of that. That is some potent eyeshadow. So, because it's just a really jagged, you know, you're gonna take this brush and really just kind of make it messy. There's really no rhyme or reason. You just do that. Once you do that, go back with your pencil brush and smudge it out. So, like I said, just get that pencil brush. Any pencil brush will do. Smear it out. You're gonna grab a mascara. Well, I feel naked without mascara on my bottom lash. The blush that I will be using is in this palette, and I will be using, I believe it is Spring Sheen. this middle one. It's one of my favorite ones from MAC. So you just grab, it has almost a gold shimmer to it. It's kind of playing along with our eyes. So we'll just go like this. There you go. Blush. Now I'm going to be using for my liner, for my lips, is the Soar Lip Liner by MAC. And I slightly go over my lips, just because that's the way that I like them to look. But you can do yours however you'd like. So just like that. And then I'm using this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color Buenos Aires. And that's why it's really good to moisturize your lips before you start. Because any of these, any lip product actually, if you don't really moisturize your lips, it flakes. And there you go. And just to tie it in with the Huda Beauty palette, I'm going to go in with this color right here, which is the Angelic, right here. And then just put that on my lip. And there you go. And then last but not least is Whisper of Guilt by MAC. And then I'm just using it on this Eco Tool fan brush just to highlight the tops of the cheek right there. Nose. And this will be the final look. If you look up close, I don't know if you can see it, but it does, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it does really have that really rose gold kind of texture and reds, that man-eater that I put in. I mean, in this light, I don't know if you guys can pick it up there, but it's beautiful. So, this is the final look. I did my hair yesterday, so I blow dried it out, so it kind of has a little bit of volume to it. So, yeah, this is the final look. I hope you guys like it. This is using the Huda Beauty. I suggest if you guys can get your hands on it, check it out November 1st. Call your closest Sephora and ask them. Maybe some Sephoras will do it, maybe some won't, but this is the palette and I absolutely love it. I hope you guys like the tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe and hit like. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.